In this lesson, we're going to look at calculating the highest common factor. So if you watched the previous lesson, you should understand what factors are. We're going to look at how to find the highest common factor of two numbers and also the highest common factor of three numbers. So let's start with two numbers. So some numbers share common factors, and the biggest of these is called the highest common factor. And to understand this, it's better to look at an example and see what's happening. So here's the question: find the HCF, so the highest common factor of 12 and of 30. Okay, so the highest common factor of 12 and 30. So let's look at the factors of 12, and then let's look at the factors of 30. Let's see if we can find common ones and then the highest common one. So if we look at 12 first, using the last technique, break your factors into factor pairs. So 12 is this, you can get 1 times 12 to make 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4, and I think you're done there, because if you go to 4, you're just repeating yourself, 4 times 3 and so on. So the factors of 12, the numbers that divide into 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 and 12. Let's write that out. Now you'll notice some of these are blue and some are black. I'll show you why in a second. So let's look at factors of 30. So factors of 30, let's look at factor pairs. So 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, 4 doesn't work. We talked about that in the previous lesson because it would need to be 4 times 7.5, which is a decimal. Factors are all whole numbers. But the 5 times table will work. 5 times 6. So the factors are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 10, 15 and 30. Now, some of these factors are common to both 12 and 30. They're called common factors. So you can see them, I've put them in blue. The common factors, the 1's in both lists, 2's in both lists, 3's in both lists, and so is 6. So they're the common factors. But the question was, find the highest common factor. Well, the highest one is there, so it's 6. And that's pretty much it. Right, let's look at three numbers. So we're just going to use the same technique again. Okay, so I'm going to use the factor pair technique to get 18, 24 and 30, the factors of those. And I'm going to try and find the common ones and the highest common one. So let's look at factors of 18. So 1 times 18, 2 times 9, 3 times 6. 4 times table is not going to work. Now is a 5, and when you get to the 6, we're just repeating. So there's your factors of 18. 24, 1 times 24, 2 is going to go into it, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, 4 times 6, 5 is not going to divide, and then you're back to 6, so we're starting to repeat ourselves. So there's all the factors of 24. Then of 30, 1 times 30, 2 times 15, 3 times 10, and 5 times 6 again. So there's all your factors. Now the common ones are the ones in the blue, and I'm looking for the highest one. So the highest number that appears in all three lists is 6. And that's how to find the highest common factor.